Okay. Good afternoon. It is 4:30. I'd like to welcome you all here, and I'd ask that you please join me as we stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Don't forget, roll call, please.
Brad Hand.
Here.
Tom Eggers.
Here.
Pete Hamill.
Here.
Chantal Ostra. Here. Jeff Wagner.
All right, the next item up is the approved agenda. There's a couple of deletions at this point I would like to make. The first one is item K under the consent agenda. Todd had a call this afternoon from the county engineer, and they are considering a revised proposal as far as the speed limits are concerned. So strike K from the consent agenda portion. And then the second one is item number 8, the evaluation, manager evaluation. Jeff had a family emergency that did not allow him to be here today, but he would like to be in on the discussion. And so we have moved that to the May 20 meeting. So with those two deletions, I will take a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Hamill.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye.
All right, we now move into the public forum portion of our meeting. Is there anyone here wishing to address the council at this time for an item on the agenda or unrelated? Okay, if you wouldn't mind, we'll wait and we'll call you up then at that point. No, that's fine. I mean, oh, it is. Oh, then that's right. Then you do need to. Then if you want to address us, now would be your time. Thank you. Hey, please step to the mic, introduce yourself, and tell us what you got.
My name is Jasmine with the Surviving Forward Foundation. Bear with me, I have never done a city council meeting, so I'll try to keep this brief and simple. Our Surviving Forward Foundation launched in March, just last month, March 16th. We support the healing and moving forward of survivors who have experienced abuse and assault, such as sexual assault, domestic violence, and human trafficking throughout the state. We focus on not the crisis itself, but as I said, the healing and moving forward. When the police reports are finished, the news articles are done, the court dates have passed, and survivors are left to figure out where to go moving forward. That is where we step in for support. We recently partnered with another nonprofit out of Pennsylvania. We were asked to correlate with them and log miles that our survivors or supporters have walked, ran, biked, whatever it may be, from May 1st to July 30th. For every mile that we log, one of their sponsors through their foundation will donate $1 to help the fight against human trafficking in the U.S. With that, we came up with a Sheldon Walk for Awareness event. It's something that we're hoping to do every year. So we just proposed that whoever decides to join will be starting at the rec center, the NCC rec center, at 9 a.m. on May 30th. We will have or be taking a path following the Sheldon Rec Trail. I know in the agenda that I sent to, I believe it was Jessica or Sam, it mentions on there that we're going to be following the Stock Rail Trail. I apologize, that was a typo. We're holding the same event down in Lakeview in June. So it should say that we'll be following the Sheldon Rec
I'm glad you clarified that because I saw that on.
Yes.
I never knew that was named that before.
I was looking over it and I was like, well, now I got to go to the meeting and explain myself.
All right, very good.
So yes, we'll be following the Sheldon Rec Trail. We will have a mile marker at the half mile mark. Participants can choose to turn around there and chart that they completed a mile. We will also have a mile marker at the mile mark. So you can walk to the mile marker, turn around, and chart that you completed 2 miles. Sheldon EMS and EMA have both volunteered staff to sit at those markers. pass out water bottles, just show support, and also be available in case there's any medical emergency that pops up. It is in May, so I'm not anticipating any heat stroke or anything, but I do know that walking on trails can cause an injury. So I just wanted to make sure there were hands on deck, and they were more than willing to come support the cause. Sheldon PD has offered to be present as well, not as like a safety concern, but just to show support to survivors, let them know that Sheldon PD is available if they're ever needed or have any support that they need. We will not be crossing, any major roads or highways, and we don't need any like direct city help other than just approval and support. And we just ask, if approved, that the city, whoever that may be, make sure that the trail is cleared before the event so no one else breaks their foot stepping on a rock. So hoping that that goes well. I don't know what else to talk about. Like I said, I've never done this. So yeah, we have Sheldon EMS, EMA, Sheldon PD for the May 30th event. It starts at 9 a.m. with the NCC Rec Center. I anticipate we'll be wrapping up between 10:30 and 11. I do work at the Family Crisis Center. I'm a crisis line advocate for them. So I did speak with Daniel, and I believe it was Jessica again this morning. And since I am an employee, they don't think it should be an issue setting up an outreach table and supporting the event. They think it's a fantastic idea, but before they can officially decide if they want to advertise the event for us, it needs to be approved by City Council, and then they just have to get it cleared. So,
okay. All right. How do people sign up for this?
It is, there is an event created on Facebook. It's not a direct sign up. You can, when participants come to the event, they will have the option, like I said, to turn around at the half mile or mile marker. We will have a sign up sheet, which I'll be kind of guiding participants through, where they can put how many people were in their group, what mile marker they turned around at, and then they have the option to put their family information on there as well if they choose. But it's kind of just a show up if you want to come, and there's no cost for it or anything like that. It's just a public event. I do have the NCC Rec Center rented pre-approval if there is a rain delay, so we'll just move the event inside onto the track.
Okay, very good. Any other questions?
No. Thanks, guys. I wasn't so nervously bad.
Thank you, Jasmine, for being here. And I would assume with you getting your picture taken this morning, there will be some promotion in the newspaper as well. So thanks, Jasmine. All right, very good.
Do I need to stay? I only asked if you have
No.
soccer practice. Okay.
Nope.
Good. So,
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
thank you.
Any other public comments? None? Okay. Then I was moving on then, the consent agenda. Need a motion to approve that?
So move. Support.
Roll call, please.
Ostra. Aye. Hamel.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Kent.
Aye.
All right. Let's move on then to old business. Item A there, the recycling and garbage resolutions. There are a couple of resolutions there. I'd like to open this at this point. If there's any comments from the public at this time, now is your chance. Seeing nothing. Do you have any written comments about?
I do not.
Okay. Mark, is there anything you would like to add?
I have nothing.
Okay. So we have two resolutions there. Can we take them both in one motion? Okay, I would take the motion to approve both of them if you so desire.
I make the
move
motion.
that we approve both.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Pete, with your motion. State it again, please.
What's that?
Would you state that one more time?
I would move that we approve
Now-
both resolutions.
Support.
Okay, any further discussion? Questions? Roll call, please.
Eggers.
Aye.
Kent.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye.
Okay. New business. First item there is the West Highway 18 D Street drainage and the Wyman 16th Street culvert replacement projects. Comments from you on that, Todd?
Actually, Landon from Beck Engineering is here. I'll let him
Okay.
speak on those.
Well, Brandon, before you step up to the mic, we should open the public hearing in case there are any comments that anybody wants to make. Any comments regarding either of these projects? Again, any written comments?
None.
Okay. Now you can, not you sit down, now you can stand up.
Landon with Beck Engineering. Like Todd had said, we bid 2 projects last week on April 30th. Good bids were received on both. The first one's the West Highway 18 and D Street drainage improvements, and the second is the Lyman and 16th Street culvert improvements. 7 bids on each. 4 bids were under our estimate on each as well. So the low bid on West Highway 18 and D Street improvements was Vanderpool Excavating at $761,000, and the low bid on the culverts was Holstein Excavating at $289,000. So we recommend, with the letter attached to the council agenda, that we award both projects as a recommendation.
Okay. All right. Any additional comments about the project? Do you want to make, Todd? Okay. Any questions? Pardon me. Any question for Landon or Todd?
Just proposed start date.
So we don't know yet.
Okay.
There are working days assigned to the project with final completion date, September 30 for both. Once we get contracts executed, we'll begin discussions with contractors and have the proposed schedule, set up a pre-construction meeting to get all those details.
So will there be traffic disruption with either one of the projects?
There will be for the west, the Highway 18 D Street drainage improvements. There will be traffic control out there along Highway 18 for the storm sewer work that's going to be in the right of way.
Will it be a one-lane
It will be.
restriction?
Yep.
Okay. Stoplights, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Temporary traffic signal.
Okay.
And then there'll be a closure on 16th Street near the north maintainer entrance for probably a couple of weeks by the time they do the work and get cure time.
They have 10 working days, so 2 weeks for the closure at the intersection of Lyman. Could be significant disruption to traffic, but it's 15 working days.
Plus that gets 2 cars a day there.
Right, exactly.
So Highway 18 is a one-way pilot car situation or detour?
Won't be pilot car traffic signal,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but one way.
Okay. Any other questions?
So how will this tie into the end of the Western Avenue project on the West 18?
So it doesn't. The two are separated.
Right, but
But by the time construction begins on this west, or this Highway 18 project, the western disruption should be over. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, thank you, Landon.
Yep.
So then we have a resolution and the award of contract. Oh, okay. I'll need a motion to close the public hearing before we go on.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Support.
Roll call.
Ostra. Aye. Hint.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
All right, now on to the resolution and the award of contract.
Make the motion to award the Vanderpool excavating.
Okay. We have support for that?
Support.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Hint.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye.
And then for the Holstein culvert replacement project, also a similar motion if somebody wants to make that.
Move to award that bid to Holstein Excavating.
Support.
Okay. Questions? Comments? Roll call, please.
Hamel.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye. Hint.
Aye.
All right, then Item B, West Highway 18D Street Drainage Project. You want
Yeah.
to comment on that?
Sure, this is just 10 easements that we are acquiring from people to be able to do the work. 7 are temporary, so they only last for the time of the construction, and then 3 are permanent for us to maintain the facilities after they're installed. So these are people granting us access or easement on their property. Recommend that you accept.
Any questions for Todd? Then I would take a motion to accept that resolution.
I'll make a motion to accept the resolution for easements.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Hamel.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye. Hint.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
All right, item C is the introduction and set a hearing for Beck Engineering TIF incentive for the SEDC. Tanya, hello.
Good afternoon. Tanya with the SEDC. I am here today to introduce Beck Engineering's TIF application that they submitted for their new office building. The executive committee has deliberately reviewed the application and along with the SEDC board has approved the recommendation to City Council to approve and proceed with a 5-year rebate for their new building. In your packet, you should see more information on that. There is an estimated calculation for the payback. There is also a memo, their actual TIF application, along with building plans in there for your reference. And Landon is here today and can answer any further questions as well. And I believe our goal today is to set this for hearing at the next or future meeting.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Mayor. So, Tanya, I'm really sorry I didn't get over there this afternoon. I told you I was going to come over and talk about TIF a little bit. So what did you find out from your meeting on TIF incentives? You said you'd come back from a meeting.
Yes, and the meeting regarding TIF incentives is actually tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Yep, the one I had.
So that
today
was something else today?
Yep.
Okay. So to that point, there's some uncertainty as to how and if this will work as a TIF incentive because of the new legislation. I'm not sure if it's been signed yet, but I'm presuming that it will be. From what I've heard, the new law in Senate File 2472 is a 3-prong test. Individual prongs, they don't all have to be met, but at least one needs to be met. One is using TIF for land acquisition and sale costs. 2 would be blight remediation, and 3 would be water, sewer, and streets. So there's a real question as to whether a TIF incentive for building a new building that so many cities in Iowa have used, whether that's going to be allowed anymore. So not sure how that's going to play out. So, you know, we can move forward with the paperwork if it's easy to do and not a great legal cost. Is the paperwork already finished, or is it something that, sorry, I haven't asked you that either.
Nope, you're fine. It has been initiated. So Micah's office does have pretty much like a template for our standard TIF agreements that include a contract for development and a minimum assessment agreement. So as I heard, it was already worked on. But even then, if we need to pause on that, we can. I do understand and acknowledge that there were changes that we are awaiting more information on.
Yeah, that might make sense unless it's almost done. You know, that I had a question on that earlier today from Councilmember Wagner, and he was asking that too. And if he was here, I know he'd be asking it. So I'm going to ask, you know, if it makes sense to spend money on legal fees until we know more from the league as to whether how these will be and if these will still be allowed. But if it's already done, we might as well, you know, bring it back in-house over here and look at it. But
Any more questions for Tanya? Or anything regarding the project?
Yeah, just a question for Sam. Who is the city relying upon for the interpretation of new legislation?
well, right now, I'm relying on the League of Cities. waiting for the summary of the bill.
So
There's
who is the state recommending that we adopt their interpretation of the new bill?
One more time.
Well, who is the state recommending that we adopt as a city the interpretation of the new legislation? Who's the state going to recognize as an authority on how that applies?
I get it, yeah. Department of Administrative Services, right? DAS?
Or Department of Management.
Or Department of
we-
Management, sorry. Ted
So do we
Ted
need to
Nelson.
actually hear from them first before we take any action? That's what I'm trying to boil down to.
We
And
certainly
if that's
could.
the case, if that's true, when would we have those rulings from that governing body in order to determine where we're at with the option that Tanya brought forth?
I would say within 30 days after the governor's signature, we'll probably receive an initial contact as we have before, right, Angie? From
I would think
From
30
Ted?
days would be, yeah.
Okay. So is it safe to say that we have to wait for that
I would say that
authorization to reach us from
right, we
that?
could run it concurrently. You bring up a good point. We could run it concurrently or we could run it consecutively. We could wait until we hear back conclusively from the league and from Department of Administrative Services or Department of Management, or we could run it concurrently, but then you're putting some resources into staff time and legal costs for the hearing and the publishing.
Right.
But Brad Beck has indicated he really wanted to have the hearing on, move forward on June 20. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry, May 20. And
I just don't want to get ahead of ourselves on something that we don't understand right now. And I want to hear from the authoritative body of the state what that really means so that we can make the correct decisions as a council.
well, then I would say your option is to table it without a date specific, and we will bring it back as soon as we have information that's viable to work with. Does that sound good?
Well, that would definitely be I'd be in favor of that. The rest of the council certainly can weigh in.
I agree. I think tabling it would be the best option at this point because we don't know. We could just spend a lot of time working and discussing this and all for naught at the end. So.
Yeah.
Is everyone in agreement with that? Can we move by consensus that we just table it for the time being?
I bring up one more thing that's related to
motion
this.
or not? Pardon me?
Need a motion?
Well, we can do it that way. Otherwise, by consensus, if we're all in agreement, I think we just table it and bring it back.
That's fine.
Mind if I make
Go
one
ahead,
more
Matt.
comment? So one option would be is if this doesn't work as an incentive, another option potentially would be urban revitalization, which is abatement. That tool has not changed. We do very little of that in Sheldon. The two places that we've done it, or we have it in place for, is Prairie Trail Village and Trilogy. And Prairie Trail Village, we have done a couple of them for that, but that, there's time and money involved in paperwork to do that too, and that isn't going, by my calculation, the calculation I ran by Tanya earlier, is the most that would give would be about $28,000 versus the $42,000 that's being sought, and that's not something that we would be able to have finished by the time he would want to break ground. So just wanted to throw that out there so that you're aware that that might come up later as a request, but maybe we see how this plays out first.
All right. So by consensus, then I would recommend we table this pending further action in Des Moines when we have a clearer picture of what's going to happen there.
He's asked.
Okay. Then I think we're ready to move on to reports. Starting with you, Sam. Anything from you?
Yeah, just a couple of items. So looking at the city manager report, Brad Hint and I have the agreement for Carroll Township just about finished, or actually it is finished. We're waiting for one more signature, so hopefully that will be on consent on May 20. May 20 or maybe June, we'll have a post-legislative session update. We have a pretty significant Board of Adjustment meeting planned for May 12. And then on May 13 or May 14, I'll be, Todd and I and Chairman Broxman will be representing the city, will be called as witnesses in a Board of Adjustment case that's come through from last year on a standalone garage versus having it attached to the property prior to a sale. So as one last point is regarding my evaluation, I'm looking forward to that in 2 weeks, and I have requested that it be in open session. That is not common, but it is done elsewhere in Iowa, and I think it's something that would be great to do here especially after 8 years in. I want to say that the changes that we're seeing at the state are much more significant than we have seen before with tax increment financing. They're not nearly as bad as what was coming through the legislature on Friday night, and it was amended on Sunday. Our lobbyists work for the League of Cities, work 33 hours straight, but there's going to be a lot of impact for Sheldon, and there'll be a fair amount of goal setting that will have to be done as part of that. So again, looking forward to having my evaluation open session in a couple of weeks. And then I also want to mention the legislative link. I have that linked at the bottom under FYI, and in the office as well. We're working on the fall cleanup already, and that draft announcement is linked, and will probably go out in the billing in July.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Sam? Todd, anything else from you?
Nothing more.
Tanya, do you have anything further? How about you, Chief? Ange?
Nothing.
Counsel to my left, anything from you?
Nothing.
To my right? I have, what was it? No, we addressed that in the discussion, so I don't have any further comments either. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Ken,
Aye.
Eggers,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Ostra. Aye.
All right, thank you, everyone.